alternate reality game. Now, alternate reality games fall under the umbrella of Unfiction. By the way, when we're in here, there are no sound alerts because now we're on topic time. And there's no visual overlays because, again, on topic time. So, no cash in and redeems. I might not be smart enough at this yet to know whether or not there is a button to just deactivate that so you don't waste any points. I will learn in time. I'll just maybe refund people, I guess. But, yes, it used to be known. Wow, look at that hype train. Thank you so much for that. Hype train complete, level 8. Thank you. And thank you to everybody who contributed. You have to deactivate them one by one or have a mod to it. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Over from the Twitch browser side. Damn. Sad. Well. Yeah, manage rewards and such. We'll just keep it noted that in here, it's not going to pop off. But hey, cat's eye marbles are easy to earn. So, like I was saying, it used to be known under the bigger term, or the more well-known term, alternate reality game, ARG. A lot of you might be familiar with that term. Now, what is an alternate reality game? Back when all this started, the people who coined the term and shared the term barely knew themselves what to call it, because what they were experiencing was so new, so groundbreaking, that they were the first on the scene, and it all started in a very unexpected place. It started with a Steven Spielberg movie most people have never even watched, called AI, Artificial Intelligence. It specifically started with the trailer for AI, Artificial Intelligence. Now, I won't play the audio here because the audio is really not relevant, but yeah, it's actually about a robot boy, as you can see here, meeting other flesh and blood boys. It's a Pinocchio kind of tale. And along with the trailer, there was something special. Now, this came out in the 90s, okay? Back when technology was really starting to get going, and the internet was really starting to boom. People were really only starting to get home computers and play around with them as a regular thing. They were starting to experiment with websites. Email was becoming more regular then. This was very early age. So, with this trailer came something interesting, a concept to go along with the idea that you were seeing a real boy, but he is not real. This is a very important factor, okay? That kind of stinger statement. His love is real, but he is not. There was a factor of illusion. With this trailer, watch this carefully, okay? Watch what happens with the credits. That sparkle. Did you catch it? Did you catch how strange that sparkle was? Yes, hidden message. And in particular, take a look at that credit for Janine Sala, sentient machine therapist. Since when does a movie have a sentient machine therapist? Peculiar, isn't it? So, guess what? People started digging, and there was a phone number attached to this trailer back in the day that they decided to call. And that phone number led them on a grand adventure, all taking place online, with all sorts of websites and emails, early visions of blogs, all sorts of crazy things that had to do with the expanded world of the movie. And Janine Sala was a character. And there was indeed a hidden message here. I don't remember exactly what it was. But one of the follow-up trailers to AI, Artificial Intelligence, had a tagline in it. This is not a game. Except they had a game going. It was the first artificial intelligence experience. Something that is real, but it's not. This is not a game, but it is. And thus, the ARG was born, an alternate reality game. A game in which there is an alternate reality at play, or you submit yourself to the trappings of an alternate reality to have a fully immersive and interactive experience. Now, at the time, the people who caught on to this got together in very early visions of internet forums, and they called themselves the Cloud Makers, based on some information that was in the game. I do believe that it was based off of a boat that a character owned in the game called Cloudmaker, something like that. I have done research on it. One of my peers has done research on this, but he and I have plans to visit it in the future. Both of us do. The thing about it is, the game internally had a name. It did have a title. They called it The Beast because it was huge. Like, absurdly huge. Very, very complicated, especially for the 90s, especially for early internet. It was a very big monster. Very involved, lots of different moving parts, updates, emails to send in character, new phone lines to set up. It was highly evolved. Nobody had done anything like it before in the terms of marketing campaigns or online creativity that was known to that point. Later on, and I don't exactly have a great visual reference for this, but this idea continued under a game called I Love Bees. Yes, I Love Bees. About another artificial intelligence, this time asking for your help, who was reaching out through a website dedicated to beekeeping. So you had a blog from a beekeeper that was infected by an artificial intelligence. And I do think, if I remember correctly, it was either connected to or was Cortana from Halo. It was a Halo 2 tie-in ARG. So you have a lot of these things happening back in the day, and they are all corporate tie-ins. Okay? So you've got the late 90s for The Beast, AI artificial intelligence, which gets the ball rolling on the idea of an alternate reality game, an ARG, an Unfiction experience. And then you have Halo 2 with I Love Bees. But then, 2008! The great 2008! A historic year for this field. And you're about to see one of the reasons why. Who remembers Cloverfield? Did you see this trailer in theaters as it happened? If you saw it in theaters, do you remember asking yourself what the hell you just saw? And feeling like you've never seen a trailer pitch like that before? Yeah. It was groundbreaking for its time, and even more groundbreaking was what was attached to it. The entire alternate reality game that was involved with the story, to explain elements of the story. For instance, this clip here just reminded me. Okay, look at this guy's shirt. You see that logo on that shirt? Slusho? That is a fictional company that makes slush drinks in the Cloverfield universe, and they had an entire web presence involved in the ARG. And you had to interact with it. And they were owned by a company, Tagruedo, who was also the owner of a crazy deep-sea oil drill. A deep-sea oil drill that, in the context of the Cloverfield story, if you play the ARG, you would realize was responsible for waking up the monster that appeared in the movie and caused the devastation. You have Cloverfield, the found footage film that explained all. Yes, Meriwether drinking Slusho by Taguedo in Japan every day. I would stop drinking that, actually, Mary. It might come from a not so great place. And it interrupted that poor monster. That poor monster that devastated New York. So, in the context of Cloverfield, in the movie, you have the found footage story, but online, you get the rundown, the explanation stories of why everything happened, the stories of characters who were there at the time. Oh wow! Dr. Zero Shadow or Dro Shadow says Slasho also appeared in the new Timeline Star Trek films. Oh, that's some funny stuff. But I was there when this game rolled out. I was there. It was my first alternate reality game experience. It was amazing. What a time. What an incredible time. What ingenuity. There was an entire portion of the game dedicated to blogs. Video blogs between a girl who was here at the party and her boyfriend who was overseas. And it was suspected that boyfriend was working for Taguedo on the oil drill. And there was also talk about this satellite that Taguedo owned that crashed into the ocean, which also was another possibility for the possible disturbance of the monster that created these events. So, not only was it cool marketing in general that they did with the trailer here, it was cool marketing that they did online and highly engaging. They created an entire avid fan base to dig into this story and really promote the hell out of it by word of mouth, knowing that it was deeper than the film itself could even offer you. What it also taught people at the time is that with the new age of the internet, you could really blow out the doors on what your perceptions of what you could do was in terms of creativity. Sheets Junkie raises a good point. Your first ARG was Lonely Girl 15. Lonely Girl 15. That is quite a topic. That would be a great topic to explore. I have been asked about it. It's just that it's deep. To visit Lonely Girl 15 is a deep cut, but you're right, it's an amazing place in the history of ARG. And yes, there was an ARG involved in the Lost TV show. J.J. Abrams loves new media storytelling. He really does. He's very much about it. You can expect that kind of thing from JJ. It's not a surprise if he rolls out something new. Oh yeah, and the Dexter shows, ARG, yeah. Around this time though, there was another big movie ARG tie-in for The Dark Knight. Yes, Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight. The Batman Dark Knight. It was a big, crazy ARG adventure. My peer and friend, Jamie, from Inside of Mind, has a couple of videos on the Dark Knight ARG, detailing how it all went down, how it was done. That's a great adventure. So you had, within about the same span of time, Cloverfield and that ARG, and the Dark Knight and that ARG, which got so crazy it had its players picking up cakes from bakeries that were ordered by the Joker's gang with counterfeit phones inside them, burner phones, to receive phone calls as part of the game. It got nuts. It got really nuts. So, where do we go from here? Well, around the time that things really started shaping up in terms of the wake of the Beast, the Cloudmakers, when they finished the game, the original group who played the Beast, they needed a place to congregate. And so a website was built called Unfiction. And I think it was .com, it was .com or .org, but it doesn't really matter what the end piece was. They had Unfiction, the website, and they had a forum to go along with it, the Unfiction forum. Now, they back then were much more about the term ARG, alternate reality game. The reason that we call things Unfiction now is because we have seen the field evolve past alternate reality games in terms of online storytelling, especially because not all of these experiences that feel like ARGs are playable. In order to have a game, you need players, right? You gotta have somebody to play. There's got to be some kind of interactivity factor. But a lot of the experiences that feel like ARGs don't need you to play. They just need you to watch. And the play, if there's any play, can be optional in order to have a cohesive narrative by the end. So there was a lot of stuff that ended up happening online and in other media, from indies and even corporate, where it didn't feel like ARG. So myself and my peers, a lot of creators in the field, a lot of other people doing content coverage and broadcasting of it, we needed a term. Yes, as MJ Anderson says, it was a precursor, and one of the guys who worked on that went on to make a bunch of ARGs, as a lot of people do, because the passion is infectious. And that's one of the beauties of the field, is that once you learn how this is done, you have the internet, you have the media, you have the tools and the delivery system, largely all for free. If you can design it, and people can play it or follow along, you can make it. There's no gate. There's no gatekeeper. Your creativity is free. And we love that. So a while back, it was generally kind of agreed upon that we needed an umbrella term. And while it's not perfect, and nothing ever is, because it's the perennial argument that they used to talk about is ARG even a good term? Did I screw up by coining the term or using ARG? Does this work anymore? And other people would try to come up with new terms. And those terms would get some kind of backing, but there was always a sense of this doesn't really fit. And it just, in the end, unfortunately, the Unfiction forums and the Unfiction site went down. It sucks because we lost entire wealth of information on old games, indie creations, corporate creations, the trailheads, the pieces, the riddles that were solved, the puzzles that were solved. A lot of it has been saved on the Internet Wayback Machine, but not all of it. And in the idea of persevering and keeping a torch alive in the memory of that kind of dedication, of that original group of the cloud makers and everybody who contributed over time to keep this thing going, the term Unfiction was basically chosen. And I love it because it really kind of encapsulates everything that's going on with it. And it keeps the memory alive of where this came from. Yeah, big salute to everybody who contributed to Unfiction forums, the Unfiction site. All of that goodness. Because they made it possible to keep passing things along. I would not have been able to do a lot of my early coverage on Nightmind if it was not for them and their contributions. Yes, gone but never forgotten. And now it can't be forgotten because we use the term. And that was a huge driver of adopting the term, to keep the memory alive, that their contributions will not be forgotten and their place in the history of this field is cemented, because it's coming up every single time you say Unfiction. So, this leads us around the time that things started to fall when it came to the website, and things got difficult to maintain it, but a beautiful thing occurred. People really started to learn that they could take this in their own hands and run with it. Bringing us to my entry point online, because Cloverfield was my first ARG game, but my first indie experience, largely live, as it was happening, and my first content coverage on Nightmind was the mythical, the legendary, the groundbreaking Marble Hornets. And I will play for you the first two uploads. Okay, wow. Before rolling the next one, I I have to interject because it's been a while since I've watched this just full attention. It's been probably years, actually. And now that I have had that distance from this upload, the first upload in Marble Hornets, which, by the way, let me show you the impact over time quickly. 7.9 million views over the span of 14 years. Now that I see that, after all this time, I remember all over again how this was groundbreaking, how it was calm but haunting, how nobody did things like this. Imagine it's 2009, like, because yeah, June 20th, 2009. All right, it's June 20th, 2009, and you see this on YouTube. YouTube is barely old. It's just new. It only started about 2007. Okay? It's only been alive for a few years, and you come across this, right? This smooth driving footage, white text over it, slowly easing you into a story, a mystery, with just the right touch of punch to it. Oh, it jumped out. So the first entry is 7.9, but the first actual video is 5.7 million, which is still amazing. But yeah, where's that punchy moment? Yeah. I asked what he planned to do with the countless number of tapes he had filled. Burn them. Silence. Just that one answer. Imagine encountering the beginning of a story like this, right? It's early YouTube. You've never seen anything like this before. Nobody produces things this way. And nobody at the time is really thinking of crazy reality blurring ways to introduce content and stories to you. So you come across this and you have no idea that it's fake. You know? It could feel completely real. And then we get entry number 1 from the tapes.
What's going on?
That next video is a bit early. But, yes, Slender Man, the man himself. You see, for anybody who doesn't know, Slender Man started on a forum as part of a Photoshop contest to just come up with creepy images. Seriously, that's where he comes from. It was a contest on the Something Awful forums, just a Photoshop make it yourself kind of thing that happened every now and then. And there was a person, Victor Surge, who introduced the very first Slenderman images. And those images inspired Troy Wagner, who was on the forum at the time. He was so inspired by the images, he came up with a fake narrative right there in the forum that is the one that you see in the videos. And people immediately latched onto it. They responded to it thinking, oh, a story about this kind of character would be so cool. So Marble Hornets, the biggest proponent of Slenderman on the internet, because it is the source of basically all the other media about Slenderman. That is basically undeniable at this point. Was born in the same place as Slenderman. Now, the videos were concocted by Troy with his friend Alex. Not Joseph. Joseph, who plays Alex. Over one night, they came up with basically the whole narrative, except for a few spots, on index cards in one night, and then decided to get together and film. Now, Slenderman in this shot, you can see most replayed, he's not exactly intimidating. But also remember the context. This was 2009. And look at the way it's presented. It's presented in a fashion of, doesn't this look real? Isn't this strange? What did I just see? And it was also built on the idea that only people from that Something Awful forum were really going to look at it and play into the idea of this cool fictional character that had just been born there. And they loved it. They really thought it was cool. And so Troy and Joseph kept going. They got their friends Tim and Brian involved, and they created Marble Hornets, which went on for years. So the first video was June 20th, 2009. By the time that they were done... Wait, let me get it in another shot. By the time they were complete... Entry 87, it was 2014. Alright? So it took them about 5 years. It took them 5 years to the day. June 20th, 2014. It took them 5 years and at least 87 entries to complete the project. It involved a Twitter account, a few different sites for documents related to the Twitter account, another YouTube channel that served as the vehicle for an antagonist in the series, which loved to speak in codes and puzzles, which was a big interactive element for viewers who found it to help the main character, played by Troy, Jay, in his investigation as to what happened on the set of the student film, Marble Hornets. So in this, you had interactivity, you had immersion, you had a lot of reality play, and you had the commitment of 5 years dedicated to getting this story told and doing things that had been nobody had done online. It was such a huge, yeah, Troy was such a, well, Jay was an idiot. Jay was wonderful in how stupid he was sometimes. Oh, Michael, reality play sounds so spicy. Yeah. It really does, huh? But going back, okay. So we have Marble Hornets, right? And it really unleashes Slenderman, because Slenderman boomed with Slender the Eight Pages, which became huge in the Let's Player circuit, right? Slender the Eight Pages was directly inspired by Marble Hornets. The concept of the crazy drawings and running around with a camera comes directly from Marble Hornets. They came up with that. That's where that attribution to Slenderman comes from. So, obviously, this happens online, and it's a no-budget project. It is just a bunch of college-age guys who thought that some guy out there came up with a cool monster on a forum contest where they hung out, and they decided to make something, and it exploded. Massive. What do you think that did for other college-age people who were looking at it at the time and had ideas of their own? Of course they weren't the only ones, because then came a favorite of mine.
What's going on, Internet? I am Vinny Everyman, and this is Everyman Hybrid. We're here to show you that you don't need those ridiculously expensive gym passes and harsh regimens to maintain a healthier, happier lifestyle. We want to show you that there's sort of a yin and yang between mental and physical health. So, we decided why not make a video blog. We're hoping that we can put 1 or 2 out every week or so, and we'd love to hear from you if you have comments or questions. You can reach us at twitter.com/everymanhybrid or everymanhybrid@gmail.com.
I think you get the point.
What's going on, Internet?
What's going on, Internet? So this was 13 years ago. This was 2010. So Marble Hornets had gained some ground by then, obviously. And then came Everyman Hybrid, inspired by their example. Another Slenderman tale. The drawing reference doll behind Vinny there is a direct hint at what's going to happen in the story. That Slenderman was going to get involved. Yes, 13 years. And actually, Everyman Hybrid was groundbreaking, despite being directly inspired by Marble Hornets and wanting to do what Marble Hornets did. But you see what happens? For the setup, they decided to take a completely different direction for establishing their narrative regarding Slenderman. They took the path of inspiration, not imitation, and it gave them amazing ground to run on. They had a fake-out channel idea, a fitness channel, for the Everyman, with 3 guys right out the gate who were going to be at the center of everything. And it ended up not using just Slenderman. It also incorporated the Rake, another creepypasta monster at the time, and they came up with their own original monster who stole the show. Some of the sound alerts that you heard earlier were actually attributed to that character, Habit. Habit is so good that I was not going to have this primer tonight showing off any examples of Habit. It's a huge spoiler about Habit, and his work in this series is so good, it should not be spoiled. It should be kept as hidden as possible. Yes, Habit the goat. First I'm gonna break your arms, then I'm gonna break your legs. And then, as you sit there, screaming, I'm gonna disembowel you. Oh. All the one-liners from Habit. So good. But Everyman Hybrid was so groundbreaking, not just for incorporating new monsters, but for how they produced the narrative, and the fact that they went harder in the idea of interactivity and immersion than Marble Hornets ever did. They straight up basically made it an ARG at points. They technically can be considered an alternate reality game series because of the nature of how often they needed the interaction. They needed people to play. And there were entire segments of the story that were held up because people were not getting things right, not submitting the answers needed, or needing to actually just get involved. They had so much on location, literal interaction with audience members, with viewers. Viewers who then became part of the narrative. We're talking real alternate reality play here. Real reality blurring between the people in the chair at home and the people on screen in front of the camera. Think about that. Viewing a narrative in process like this, a fictional story, being a viewer, interacting with these characters, and then getting the opportunity to play a walk-on role where they treat you like a character, like somebody who's involved in exactly the ways you play to be involved, to further the narrative. They did that quite a few times. They did that a fair bit even at the end. And it took them 8 months. No, 8 years, 9 months, and 10 days. I counted it out. I might be wrong, but it was over 8 years. It took them over 8 years to complete the narrative. Watching this video now, it warms my heart because they're babies. The lads are babies here. They're so young, so fresh-faced, and at the end of it, they're grizzled, they're hardened, they've been through life. It's not just their journeys in life that you know happen beyond the camera. It's the natural fact of the aging, and you can see it in their faces, knowing the journey that they went on. It's spectacular. Oh, Billy the Ferret, yes. Saying, I think part of what made Habit so good as an antagonist is sometimes Habit had to act as a stick to poke the community in the right direction subtly. And sometimes not so subtly. Habit was an ingenious creation. Habit is an example I think that people need to learn from nowadays when it comes to making their monsters for Unfiction and storytelling in general. And then, of course, you have amazing ideas that don't involve live action at all. Like the series Nocturne. So what the hell was that about, right? So, this video appeared 8 years ago. This was March 7th, 2015. Very mysterious, right? Very odd. This is a YouTube link, and it led to an unlisted video. This channel, Noct+10, operated in this fashion, with videos uploaded with titles in binary code, so you had to decrypt those. And then you had to find out where the unlisted video was through the main video. It would have pairs as a system. It would upload a video like this, and then in exploring it and solving its puzzle, you would get the path to the next video. And that would help further the narrative, and it would go on and on in this fashion. And that's how you discovered the story. And when you discovered the story, oh, what a story. Oh, wow. So who knows what the Marianas Trench is? Okay, a lot of you do know. You do know, yes. For those who don't, the Marianas Trench is the deepest point discovered in the ocean. It is so deep that it is frightening to those who study it. It is one of the places where we have to keep developing technology to withstand the pressure. It is abysmally dark, crushing pressure beyond anything that we've experienced in other areas of the ocean. It's terrifying. I love it. And the idea here is that you are receiving broadcasts from a research station Nocturne, nothing to do with yours truly, that is located inside the Marianas Trench, or near it, in order to study it. And the idea about why you are receiving signals from it is because there is an extremely early form of artificial intelligence that is alive in the research station. That intelligence is alluded to be organically based. We're talking brains in jars as the possibility, interacting with machines. And there's an idea that they're still alive in the sense of the personalities who owned those brains trying to communicate and begging to die. Grim, isn't it? So they're sending signals up top to get help. They need, basically, that's what we're intimating from what we've learned so far, is that Research Station Nocturne is fueled by an artificial intelligence that needs to die. But its way of communicating with other systems has failed. So it reached out in the only way it understands. And it operates through code because of how it was programmed in the first place. It has justification for hooking up to YouTube. It has justification for its code and puzzle system. And now, you don't always need that for an ARG. Sometimes people just want to have it for fun. You don't always need to write to a T the justifications and logic for why it's there. But it's a lot better if you do. It makes a lot more story sense. And it's more rewarding when you have the aha moment that lets you know why the hell they're talking in code all the time. So Noct 10 was groundbreaking because it introduced this entire code concept. And as you can see, it's heavy on the video skills, but there's no live action needed. None. Nobody had to show their face for this. Fidget the Bat Pony, why are you only learning I'm here now? It happens a lot. Welcome. So, you've got cool things like this happening all the time, even as you've got groundbreaking web series like Marble Hornets and Everyman Hybrid and everybody they inspired, because it inspired an entire scene called the Slenderverse back then. And there was a lot of creativity, and there was actual intermingling between projects and characters. It had its own kind of cinematic universe. It's true. And that was a lot of fun, because you had all these creators who were just college-age people. Some of them going to college for film, some of them not even doing that, working just everyday jobs, having fun, getting big online with their creativity, meeting each other, plotting out events to write between each other. It was amazing. It was amazing, and it showed people their power in the new online era, that you could just plot something, grab a camera, find some friends, go out and film, and you've got an amazing, engaging project, and you inspired other people while you did it. Yes, they made it into a community of creativity that was so huge. They would receive critical analysis at points from movie critics. Roger Ebert actually gave his 2 cents on Marble Hornets, and he thought it was cool. So, you've got projects like these, and then you have other kind of funny and emotional things. And I've actually put together 3 videos for you to look at here. Well, not 3 videos. 4. I needed to remove one, and I did not do it. Hold on. Remove from playlist. There we go. Oh, there we go. I can move things around. Cool. So, we're going to have a tonal shift for a second, but it's going to be a fun one. Watch this.
Hey guys, thanks for coming to YouTube. Today on my page I'm going to show you a new tutorial, brand new, on how to crush an old can of soda with wood. So here's the soda, it's Dr. Pepper can. You need 1 soda can. You need a drill with a battery pack. You gotta put, first thing you gotta do is put the can on its side.
Yep, okay.
And drill a hole.
Makes sense.
Into the can. It needs air holes. Otherwise it won't crush. Oh. Shoot. Hold on. Okay. You gotta hold the drill. And you drill into the can.
Yep, makes sense.
Hold on, you gotta pin the can against some wood.
Okay.
And drill a hole. Hold on, you gotta pin it. Shoot. You pin it and then you drill.
Yep, take notes, everybody. Okay, take notes.
You gotta vent a hole in the can so when it gets crushed. There we go. So once you have your hole, you set up the can, and you take a piece of wood and you drop it. Hold on. You set up a piece of wood. And you put on 2 slats of wood.
Okay.
And then if it doesn't work, you just keep getting slats of wood. It's almost crushed. And once you get it almost crushed, you drop it. You got it. And then you cover it up with planks. And once it's all done, you stop the video and you tell everybody to like and favorite. Bye-bye.
Okay. Yep, that's how you do it. Okay, so that is a video from Allan Resnick, who is also playing the character Allan there in the series and project Allan Tutorial, where all of the tutorials are wonderfully well-meaning and very much coming from a heartwarming, childish kind of character who you can tell is an adult man. And his tutorials, as nice as they are clearly uninformed and kind of asinine. And that's the idea all along. So you've got lots and lots of videos from Allan giving tutorials on YouTube 11 years ago. This was 2012 that he was doing this. And he made a bunch of tutorials. And they were all like this. Except at one point, we get this video.
Hey guys, thanks for coming to my Bluetooth page. Today I'm gonna do a new tutorial how to pick up a chair if it falls down. So if you have a blue chair that fell down, and if you have a blue chair that fell down and you want to pick it up, fell down, first thing you gotta do is you get down to the level of the chair and you touch it. And then it's simple. First thing you need is just to lift. If the chair doesn't get up, just leave it. If you can't get the chair to pick up, you can try again by just getting your hand on it and giving a pull. If you can't get the chair to come up, you just leave it on the ground. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to comment on my post. And subscribe to my YouTube page. Bye, guys.
Okay. So obviously that's a huge tonal shift, right? Now, when it comes to the blue chair, this was a shock to people following Allan's tutorial. And yes, absolute fucking pain this gave you. You can feel it. That this is uncomfortable. This is sad. For some, it's hard to understand. But if you study what's happening, the sadness and the way that he's relating to the chair, and the idea of the chair has fallen down. The chair is not getting up. You're picking up the chair, but something's not working. And there's obvious distress. In death, one of the hardest things that you'll ever do is look at an empty chair where somebody used to be. And that is the understanding of what's happening here. Is that this character, who all along was uploading a lot of silly tutorials and asinine things that everybody was laughing at and having ha-ha funny time, and not really thinking about him as a person, suddenly realized there's a world beyond him, and somebody in that world has just left it. So the blue chair is a painful event for the character of Allan here. It is very much understood to be that somebody close to him, possibly his caretaker, has died. And there is mention of somebody else. I do believe, if I'm remembering correctly, there was explicit mention of a brother. So the idea here, as the story develops in the videos, is that his brother is still around. But eventually, Allan finds himself locked out. And then he goes on this crazy tour out in the wild, still making tutorial videos on like a stolen cell phone or something, or his own that still has reception and is still uploading things. But it's so dark. It's so dark because you understand that he's doing silly and crazy things, and it turns into a madhouse of what the fuck is going on here. But he's been ejected from his home after losing his caretaker through no fault of his own. Yeah, it was very heavily implied that Allan was a special needs person, so it was even harder to swallow. It was even harder to swallow because it goes from silly haha things that everybody's laughing at, and Allan himself as a performer is very much in on the joke, but then this narrative begins. And then it gets really crazy, because this is one of the videos from the end.
Tutorial. My name is Allan Tutorial. tutorial.
The nails.
Hello.
Okay, so I didn't mean to go back to the blue chair. That was a misclick. So yeah, what the fuck is going on there, right? What is that? That is the culmination of Allan's whole journey and a whole load of thematic work in the art project and storytelling of Allan Tutorial. Because so much of what happens here is actually, well, it's metaphorical, it's allegorical, it's trying to relate concepts to YouTube and the idea of being your own artist. And it was wonderfully done. It was beautifully done. I don't want to spoil how he ended up in that situation or what the allegories are, but it's such a cool journey. If you watch Allan Tutorial yourself, you're gonna have a hell of a time. A very memorable time. Alan Resnick is part of a group called Wham City Comedy, who around that time went forward with Adult Swim infomercials. And they became some of the most famous people to ever work with Adult Swim in their totally weird shit that aired at 3 or 4 a.m. kind of category. Big productions, amazingly viral productions. And this is one of the things that they cooked up before they started getting major traction. They are responsible for This House Has People in It, unedited footage of the bear, and a few other projects like The Cry of Man, which not a lot of people remember Cry of Man, but it was a very interactive play that took place on Adult Swim's live streams. Hey, Starlit Moon, thank you. Thank you for the raid. Good to see you. Thanks for visiting. And yes, the salute emote that I have is Robbie Ratcliffe from This House Has People in It, one of the biggest projects Wham City ever did. And you know what? I would be neglecting my duty if I did not show you the source. So one moment. We'll jump off from Allan Tutorial. No, not unedited footage of it. Hold on a second. let me figure this out. 1 second. There it is. Okay. Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to learn why we salute? Here we go. This is one of the hidden videos related to Adult Swim and Wham City Comedy's project, This House Has People in It, which comes from the giant website related to the short film that aired on Adult Swim. So you have This House Has People in It, the special on Adult Swim, and inside of it was information to go to a website and unlock it with a password that you found elsewhere in the short film that unlocked a massive vault of content and opened you up to the story. It is one of the biggest videos on Nightmind in both scale and just the view count, and it's for a damn good reason. This was an amazing project, groundbreaking. I spent an entire week basically chained to my desk in order to finish this and do it right and quickly.
It's your flag. It's your flag in the sky. It's your flag. You are waiting for the day when the flag comes, and that day is coming. It's yours. it's yours. It's your flag in the sky, and we will make it ours. It's the biggest flag in the sky, and it's ours, and we want nothing more than to make it our own, and we're proud, and we're proud, and we're proud of the flag. Salute the flag, salute the flag, salute the flag on the mountaintop. It's our flag up top on the mountaintop.
I always forget he cries at the end. Yeah. Yeah, there's some dark stuff in this house with people in it. There's some whack stuff. Wham City Comedy as a group loved to make you laugh while also making you deeply uncomfortable and scared and wondering, what are you feeling? What are you seeing? They were pioneers, I think, in the idea of, oh my god, I can't look away. I want to laugh. I shouldn't laugh. Why do I feel scared? Stuff to leave you haunted, while also being beautiful art statements and pieces. Stuff to give you chills and make you think. And that's what we're about. I love them. I really do. They also toured with a live show a lot. So, let's see. What else we got? My pet needs to eat. Yes. So, alright. About this. This is from 16 years ago. Okay? Marble Hornets was definitely not the first on YouTube to do a big, crazy, independent project. Right? There had to be others. There had to be. And there were. It goes beyond the mention earlier of Lonely Girl 15. Oh yeah. Evie does a thing. If I may explain a bit to those confused, there's a reason he cries. One of the symptoms for a disease is to be surprisingly good at singing when you weren't, and he was crying because he believes he caught it. Yeah. Because there's a disease idea at the heart of this house's people in it. Yeah. Let's see. Let me just make sure I can move this over appropriately for us. Yeah, that works. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, Lonely Girl 15. I still need to watch it through myself. It's like one of the staples of this whole thing that for some reason I just can't keep getting the time to sit down with. But this is from 2006, just after YouTube basically launched. And it's called The Human Pet. It's messed up. It's exactly what you think.
Can I please have something to eat? You can't keep a person in a room for days without feeding them. What do you want from me? Do you want money? Because my family's got money. And I can get you money, but you have to talk to me. got the wrong person. Or maybe you're just crazy. Is that it? Because if you're crazy, then I can get you pills. I can get you help. I got a sister. I got a mother and a father. And I'm wondering where I am right now. You got a family now? Just tell me what you want.
So, that message at the end went out to the viewers back in the day following this project. In the end, they did get it right. It was a dog food, actually. They had to come together with the information they had about this sort of trivia and keep the human pet alive while he was hostage by the so-called Sam Deercott, who had a much bigger vision for what he was trying to do and the narrative. Oh, MJ, Wyoming Incident is getting new traffic? Interesting. No, it's not chicken nuggies. It was a dog food. So, the human pet was a very interactive project experiment. Like I said, very early YouTube, depending on the viewers to give input, push the narrative forward. And it was pretty involved, as you can guess, because they had to set up the room, they had to have that person act for it, they had to respond to the changes and the decisions made, and unfurl the narrative. I've got a whole video on it. This was such a cool project. And in that kind of vein, I'm always reminded whenever I think of the human pet or this other project of the other one. So next up, here's a cool taste for you. The 15 experience.
Hello guys, it's 11 p.m. and I have something terrific to show you. I can't give you my name, I don't want trouble, and sorry for my English. Okay, as you can see, we have IP cameras I just discovered. I don't know where is it.
Look at that, I can even switch between the cameras. This is good.
I'm in the house just now.
Shh, it's weird. Do you hear that?
Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh fuck.
This is one of my favorite one-off projects. This was a short film project by somebody who recorded from 15 points of view through all wall-mounted cameras, security cameras, inside of a haunted-looking house, a short film experience. And yes, you could, when the website was up, go to that website and operate the cameras watching the film as if it was live. Legitimately. You got to be in the role of the hacker who found this experience, who found this house, and see what happened. Incredible stuff. Incredible. And because all sorts of things happened in all sorts of different rooms, you got to experience, just by choosing the cameras right, different pieces. So in the end, you had to basically go through them all to collect the paranormal phenomena, to watch the storyline unfold as a group of people broke into the house one night and were trying to do what they were trying to do there, all while terrible things took place. Oh, it was delicious. It was really great. I've got a whole video on that one. I loved it. And it reminds me all over again, just seeing this, there's so much that we can do. There's so much we can do. And some people just don't. Like, where is this kind of creativity? I know that recently, Ranboo, right? Created Generation Loss, this kind of live streaming experience. I still need to sit down for it, because that's been recommended to me. But this is the kind of thing that you need to think about, because we have so much technology, so many media platforms now, so much social media, and look what we can do. Just with a little bit of thought, a little bit of planning and foresight, you can have a crazy experience and be a legend. And you don't have to break the bank or be a studio to do it. Okay, but if we're talking about a little bit of money, no studio, but a little bit of money, as this next filmmaker, college-age filmmaker, and then out of it into bigger things once did, you can come up with something a little bit more expensive. This next one is one of my all-time favorites, and really reinvigorated my passion at the time for what we do here. Ah, you broke my setup, YouTube.
I'm Sophie. I've never actually uploaded a vlog before and thought, just why not show people what it's like to be me? I am Sophie. Young, popular, talented. I am a friend, a daughter, a sister. And it might look like I've got it pretty easy, but this, all these crazy things, private jets, fast cars, beautiful friends, they've made me think, am I happy? When you're in the middle of a hurricane, you don't get to stop and look around and realize, am I being real? Am I being me? I'm Sophie. Was that really cringe? Should I do that again? I've never actually uploaded a vlog before, but my good friend Ben has been making videos for like ever, and they are absolute fire. And thought, just why not show people what it's like to be me? First and foremost, I would consider myself a businesswoman. I'm really smart in business. I'm also a model, because you know, there's like hella Insta vibes there, and the free clothes are sick. Oh no, she's uploaded it. That's so tragic. Wow. I just want to show you guys what it's like to be me, living this hectic lifestyle as a millennial. Hey guys, so this is where I live. Super big and stuff, but I don't know, like you'll see inside, like it's super old fashioned. But yeah, I guess I'm like super lucky about all the space and stuff. Dad always gets offended. He's like, it's a whole not a mansion, so. This is the library. There's like so many super old books from all of our ancestors and things. So it's like not really my vibe, but Cicero and Homery, watch a film on my iPad, or like read Vogue or Cosmopolitan and like don't have to use my hands. So this is one of the living rooms, but it's more like the entertainment living room. Dad will like have his friends round and someone will be playing piano. A really nice like fireplace, and I just love like hanging out here when it's cold with a cup of Pukka tea. Just bring a boy here and like cuddle. It's like super romantic. This is one of my favourite parts of the house, and it's the conservatory. Oh, look at these plants. So dope. It's like super wholesome and like country living vibes. So here's the garden. Like Dad is like super proud of the garden, even though he doesn't do it. It's great for sunbathing. Nature like really makes you feel at one with yourself and stuff. Like just makes me like super chill and like meditative, just looking at plants and grass and like pigeons.
Hold up. Are you telling me the goddamn Twitch audio popping is back? It stopped when I paused? Okay. Yeah. So, this is something that's happened before. We don't understand it. Hey, Ace, thank you. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. You got lucky. We were paused. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know what happens. Sucks, but, you know, what can you do? It has been solved before, though, by, pausing, waiting a moment, and then starting again. Twitch just does not like, when you leave audio running for a while, for some reason. Nah, JD Imson, it's happened on websites that we've looked at before that are not Twitch. Not YouTube, actually. It's strange. So, let's see if it just keeps on rolling now. Twitch is just a hater. You can't hold me down!
So here we have our cream leather seats. It's from a cow, and their skin is meant to be a lot softer, so it is really comfortable. I told Dad to go for black, but he pays, he decides. This is my dad. He literally grew $1 million empire from nothing, like literally nothing. I don't know how he did it. We also have two TVs. They're a bit small, but yeah, it's a bit I'll show you the windows now. It's like a complete blackout, so when we're on a long flight, then at least I can get to sleep. Oh, they're a bit stiff. Oh. Need to get Dad to fix that. My mum is fit, like she is literally on fire. That's my mum. Don't be a pervert. She was a supermodel back in the days. I really appreciate learning that from her. Oh, the seatbelts. So these seatbelts are super duper strong. I know loads of people think private jets aren't safe, so I made sure we had like really good security and stuff in here. It's like literally impossible to fall out of them. They like clip in so well. Like, I'm not going anywhere.
So I think you get the idea. For this project, I am Sophie. So this is Sophie. She's an influencer. She's a businesswoman, a model. She's really good at business and model. And she announced herself when she appeared as the new queen of YouTube. And not only that, her first vlog was the guide to being young, rich, and powerful. Also related to her merchandise, her clothing line that she launched immediately.
Really exciting things coming up. Peace and love.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be an interesting day because
YRP, young, rich, powerful. Yeah. Could you actually buy the merch? No. I would have bought one. I just needed the memento. But this project, obviously, it feels so real, doesn't it? It feels really real. It feels like this is exactly one of those empty-headed kind of people who come online with all their money they've never wanted for anything. They're just born in the lap of luxury. And they think that they can just roll out and relate to everybody and start a new business empire just off the bat. It is a wonderful, wonderful send-up of that kind of culture. Absolute banger job. But this is Unfiction. It's not just parody. It's not just social commentary. So you know things had to get fucked up. And they did. And there are hints of it in the next video that I'm going to show you. That comes a little bit later.
I just don't always need to own thumbs. Like,
Are you talking about him again? That guy?
yes.
Okay, do you know what? You spoke about him quite a lot tonight. Like, it's obviously on your mind. If you really like him, go home with him.
Well, I can't just go home with
Go home with him there. Like, he said that he wasn't far from him.
I am Sophie, daughter of a millionaire businessman. Life's funny. No one knows what cards they're going to be dealt. But it's not about what cards you're dealt. It's about how you deal them that counts. Often the poorest man in the smallest house will be happier than the richest man in the biggest house. Why? The cleverest scientists don't have a formula. Maybe we never will.
Hey Soph heads, thanks for tuning in again. So firstly, I just wanted to address something.
Aren't you all so glad that I call you visitors and not something like Soph heads?
That has been bothering me quite a lot. A lot of people have said that I have got hella lots of money and can't talk about normal things.
You know, being mega rich is probably awesome for a lot of reasons, but it's tough, I think, for a lot of people, especially when they grow up that way, because...
By the way, this is the power of Unfiction. It's pretty well understood by now that Leon Lush here did not know this was false. He didn't know it was fake. The lead was sent to him. He was baited, he took it, he became part of the art and helped sell it. He helped sell the illusion.
They don't really bring a lot to the table sometimes other than being mega rich. Like, that becomes their entire identity.
And I just want to say that I have never let money change who I am as a person. I've never let money affect any of my decisions. I think I've done that, but it's so important for me that you guys feel seen.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yes, Michael, thank you. MJ Anderson with the link, the merch, kawaentertainment.com. Yes. Thank you. Where you can buy AstraLine merchandise. Woo! Oh, look what. Oh, wow. Ha 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 ha. Cool. Wow, look at this. How special. Thank you, MJ. There you go. There you go. Everybody else kind of remembered yesterday. I did not get the memo. But then again, I am terrible at calls to action. I love to just stay on topic, give a good time, and then plot for next time. But yeah, here's the extra stuff, alright? To help celebrate debut. If you ever wanted me on a keychain with a jack-o'-lantern, there you go. Or a little enamel pin. Would go great next to the other head pin that I've got actually out there, if any of you have that. Okay, back to Sophie.
So today we are going to be doing a song.
Where's your body pillowcase? Where's your donkey? Already? I'll talk to Mary about it.
Side by side comparison. First, we're going to be doing a night out at this like super cheap and super normal place. Gonna bring Plum along because like that's totally her vibe. And then we're going to do a night out at this gorgeous place where we go there all the time. It's amazing. But the point is, I am the same everywhere. I can still have the same amount of fun. I still chat the same chat. I still look hella bougie in both places. Like, it doesn't matter where you are. It matters who you are deep down. So let's see how that goes.
Hello, me from the house. So today, as you can see, we are very glittered up. We look fabulous, don't we?
So glam.
We're actually been really kindly sponsored by Festival Faces, so check out their Instagram and their shop because they do some fabulous pieces, as you can see. We normally go out in like Mayfair clubs with like different promoters, but we thought we just want to experience
Be a bit
life.
more normal.
Yeah, I just want to experience what like normal people do and just see what all the fuss is about. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun, and we'll bring you along the way so you can experience this night with us. So we're going to go and get ready now for our big night out. And, and yeah, you can come along and see how it all pans out. What do you think it would be like partying over here?
We're gonna probably get into like big dance rooms.
I'm so excited. I think the people here will be dope. But like, guys, seriously, I don't even think I'm like crazy. Like, I am
but
actually
this
quite
is
sensible.
like, this is unusual. Like, this is our time to have fun.
Yeah, like, it's really important to have fun and also be sensible and be a businesswoman. But in order to be a good businesswoman, you also have to have like so much fun.
Balance.
It is all about balance. Like, I don't know any successful business people that don't go clubbing and don't get drunk and don't make mistakes.
Do you think people are gonna be like getting with each other and stuff like on the dance floor or?
Yeah, but you just got to remember that our standards are high. Like, I just don't always need argument thumbs. Like,
Are you talking about him again? That guy?
yes.
Okay, do you know what? We spoke about him quite a lot tonight. Like, it's obviously on your mind. Him? Just go home with him then. Like, he said that he wasn't far from him. So I was like,
I don't know how many followers he has. Like, I don't know. Like, what if he's like? I don't know. I've just never like boy that
So yeah. Everything you just saw kicks off the paranormal, wonderfully fucked up turn that I Am Sophie takes as a story and a project. Because that kind of thing is addressed in the next vlog. Sophie goes to investigate the source of those videos and wonders why it is that some girl's webcam footage ended up in her vlog. And it just... oh, what a delightful ride. Its ending is not really an ending according to what I have been told, but its direction gets a little bit twisted at some point, and it's confusing, even for me, for everybody actually. But this is still, I Am Sophie is still one of the top tier projects in the field for everything that it did right, for all the narrative elements that were going completely great. It just rocked so hard. It was not afraid to get nasty and bloody and gory and scary and just give you the feelings that you had watching Sophie and cranking them up to 11 and unleashing them on her. Oh, yeah. I Am Sophie is a brilliant project. One of my favorites. Yeah, MJ's right. MJ Anderson is a long time aficionado of Unfiction and ARG. MJ and I talk a lot about projects. Mike MJ runs and contributes to ARG.net, actually. So you can find a lot of projects there too, and information on them, but says you can love a project for having a really strong Season 1, and then respect that it didn't go in directions you enjoyed as much later. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I see some of you say that you just bought stuff off of, for the AstraLine launch. Thank you. May it keep you young, rich, and powerful. Alright, so what else we got? Oh yeah, there's so much in this field. There's so much. But how would you like to see a video game-based project? Hey, Candy Murder House. Candy Murder Horse. I have not seen Generation Lost yet. I have not. Okay, this is going to be a fun time for a lot of you. A lot of you who are brand new to me and Unfiction, who came in with yesterday's debut, you're going to love this. This is wild. Introducing Valle Verde. Oh, right. Okay, this needs an introduction quick. Because the uploader had a little video. You know what? We might have a moment to take a look. Yes, here we go.
Largo, Paul. Intenté toda la mañana poner este video en palabras.
Oh, I gotta seal this up a bit to get the subtitles in, because it's all in Spanish. Yeah, it's a Spanish series.
Intenté toda la mañana poner este video en palabras comprensibles. Realmente intenté, pero la historia es demasiado larga para poner en un video corto. Hacer un video largo, la verdad, no le veo mucho caso. Pero básicamente me salí un poco de camino en la Reserva de la Plata. Y terminé en una parte del bosque que estaba medio muerta. Disculpen los cortes, es que lo estoy haciendo desde Instagram. En una de las partes hay como una especie de entrada, una especie de cueva de árboles, que si van seguro lo van a encontrar. Y si no se afanaron la estatua seguramente todavía está. Y eso, me encontré una estatua y al costado de la estatua había como tierra movida y una cosita roja que salía. Me puse a tirar de curioso nada más, pero no salía nada porque estaba trabado. Y después ya me daría cuenta porque la otra semana fui con una pala. Pequeño detalle que dejé afuera, esto pasó hace unos 2 años atrás más o menos, cuando empecé a desenterrar, con mucho cuidado de no cortar el hilo, de metal. Cuando la abrí, tenía tergopol, como tergopol por los costados. Adentro del tergopol, sacándolo, tenía un nylon. Y adentro del nylon estaba el video, que es el que les acabo de mostrar. Lo metí en la mochila, bueno, es muy grande. Y como tengo un video acá que era de mi viejo que está juntando polvo, digo, bueno, a ver qué es.
Hello. Andrea Shannon Studios, or Andrea. Have you heard Lacey's Flash Games? It's a new digital horror series. Ooh. A live lead. Lacey's Games. Lacey's Flash Games, huh? Okay. You know what? Let me make a note of that. Am I going to take a lead note live on air? Yes, I am, actually. Yeah, might be worth a visit. Okay. Let's see. So now you see the setup. And the setup is in the vein of a subgenre in the field. And a subgenre of creepypasta, actually, called I Found a Game, or Found Game Horror. It doesn't always happen where you find the game and then you get to play it. Like, you can have it happen like this, which is a new direction. But that's, yeah, it's falling in line with a subgenre. There. Okay. So, here's what's on the tape that could be shown in part 1. You knew it had to get fucked up at some point, right? It couldn't stay cute forever. MJ, you know that we do have one. Moss Flower Pictures. That's one that stays cozy. Oh yeah, here's where it gets nuttier. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna, That's from Money by Pink Floyd. I ain't taking that chance. So basically, it's easy enough to understand at some point, but this is effectively a haul, an experience going through the 7 deadly sins, represented as best they could be represented here. And this one is particularly messed up. You like blood, right? Not again! Okay. Alright, so there's your example of Buy a Bear Day. There's so much more. There's so much more. This is an amazing project. You have no idea. And for those who mentioned it earlier, yes, Petscop can basically be seen as the initiator for just presenting the haunted video game in question in the I Found a Game subgenre in the latest years. But the progenitor of it is the Ben Drowned project. It's more than a creepypasta. There was a whole ARG. Yeah, really. There's a whole project attached, a whole expansion of story. So you've got Ben Drowned, and then years later you have Petscop, which kicked things off in the new era. But Buy a Bear Day is very new, recently updated, and has been doing things that nobody has ever done. Truly groundbreaking stuff, like the animation that you saw. This is very thoroughly convincing, right? It's really cool. It's really cool. Yeah. I love this field. And I think a lot of you now understand why. There's just so much creativity in it. There's constant new ability to break ground, to tell story, to just do things yourself, or find some friends and do things with them. This is it for the video portion off the top of my head. There's other things that we could explore video-wise, but you know what? We're coming up on 2 hours. How about we take a little break quick, okay? Sound good? Anybody who needs a break? Yeah. Alright. So let's take a quick break, and you'll be able to see the Be Right Back screen, actually. Yes, Kaz. I made sure that you were included in the VIP. Alright. Let's do a Be Right Back then. At least 5 minutes, okay? Okay. All right, we're back. So, how y'all doing? Doing okay? Hanging in there? Did you get yourselves a little snack? Did you have, what my dear, lusciously blonde friend Frederick Knudsen calls a sippy break? He's so cute with his sippy breaks. Let's all go and get a little sippy. Somebody, I think, earlier asked what I'm during Sophie asked what I'm drinking. It's honest to God, it's a pumpkin spice cold brew. It's a pumpkin spice cold brew. It's been like every day since Duncan released it. Kaz, you had a sleepy break from the bed? Oh. Oh, Kaz, it never ends, huh? I mean, it ends soon, hopefully. Over the hill. We made it over. I'd say we're fine. Like what? I'm last to bat today for the 2.0? Yeah. So. How, Nick? How does every content creator you watch know Frederick? How is it that in my life and Fred's life, he and I always end up somehow in the same place through the same people? It's a constant. This world wanted Fred and I to know each other. And every year there are multiple instances of oh, well, there's another way that he and I know each other. Yes, please give a salute to Kaz, who is team from AstraLine and is one of the hardest working people I know. Highly intelligent, long-suffering, but very loving. And always on point. By the way, Kaz, long-suffering is a term that means you put up with a lot of bullshit. Thank you, everybody. Oh, and the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared puppet, yes, I still have him. I do. I was never gonna get rid of him. The puppet for Mikey the microphone, who I also have an emote for. This is it. That's Mikey the microphone. I made him an emote in an appropriate shaking form. The person who voiced and operated Mikey for me during the filming of the Don't Hug Me I'm Scared video currently owns Mikey. I insisted that he take Mikey the microphone. So Mikey is in an excellent place. Oh, Dylan, I'm sorry, but there's no redeems in here. Not during these times. During games, I think, when we're in here, I'd be willing to let the redeems happen. I insisted he take Mikey the microphone. Did not want that thing in my house. Yeah. Okay, so here's a fun thing, by the way. And you know what? Actually, in preparation for this, let me go ahead and make sure I'm not spoiling things. 1 second. While I clickety-clack. There it is. Yeah, good. Okay. So before we move on to the next thing, I want to show you something cool. Did you know, those of you who are all here from the AstraLine debut, who are followers of Mary, did you know even he has contributed to Unfiction. Yes. Yes, he did. He contributed in the best way he knew how, through writing a comic. And I'll show you how. And yes, guys, if you remember Conspiracy Research Club, it is indeed part of the field. Conspiracy Research Club was a comic kind of thing that Mary had written and rolled out, and it took place entirely through Twitter. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Let's crack it open. So Luna Gardner here is one character in Conspiracy Research Club, and the other members of the club also have Twitter accounts. And as you can see, it's the Conspiracy Research Club at Poppy Valley High, and they have adventures, like you would expect, of a Conspiracy Research Club. And those adventures take place through their Twitters, and all of the art that you see is basically selfies or information that they find that would be depicted like they found it online and then put it up for you. And then they're tweeting in character, they're tweeting at each other, they're live tweeting as events go down. And it's all sorts of adventures. Mary wrote the first season, and then passed the ball. So it is definitely still kind of part of the Merriweather Media family. Kaz would have the exact details. But yes, even Mary has taken a crack at it and contributed to the Unfiction field via Conspiracy Research Club. And I made a video on that back during its initial run. This is a recurring theme of the research club finding their box empty because nobody at the school truly cares about them until something happens. And then they know who to call. So yes, and another cool Twitter Unfiction is The Sun Vanished. That's the big one. I would not be surprised if Mary told me he was directly inspired by what went down over there with the possibilities of what could be done, and then expanded on the idea with his abilities. Oh. CRC would have been before the studio was formalized. It's a different artist for the original now. Yeah. So, yes, it's been quite a journey for Mary with this. But yeah, that's on the Twitter side. The Sun Vanished is another one. Oh, thank you, Lilac. Oh man, sometimes the chat goes fast. You're so sweet, Nick. I seriously can't. You're the greatest fellow demon I've ever met. Thank you for allowing me to the Nightlight office and keep me safe from getting captured by the SCP Foundation. Don't tell them. Stay where you are. Use the escape hatch if you have to. But thank you. Oh, Summoner Orchid says, I remember a while back there was this TikTok telling the wild story of a man trapped in an empty world, and it was so good. I covered something like that. Killian and Maruda. There's a lot of good TikTok projects. You might have seen a glimpse of one during the Be Right Back screen, called PB Here. But Unfiction, as you can see, it's not just video. It's not just confined to YouTube or alternate reality games. You can use anything at your disposal. And there are some excellent website-based projects where it takes place entirely through a website. And the best one running right now that has captured my heart and the hearts of thousands is Welcome Home. Let me just go ahead and, yeah. Come on, this is gonna be tricky, but I'll get it. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, Wally. Sorry about your papers. Welcome home. Welcome Home is the most inspiring project that I have seen in ages. Buy Bear Day goes on the shelf with that, but this is this is historic. This is one of the most historic entries in the field in years, and I think it will be for some time. The influence and the spread is massive. I cover this, and I have never seen anything that I've ever covered explode like this. It was like watching the nuke at the beginning of Fallout 4. I mean it. Just all of a sudden, boom. Everything, it just goes up. I've never seen it. I made 1 million views within days. I was like, I have never seen this happen in the history of the channel. I've never seen a project spread this fast, this potently. And just, they deserve it. They deserve every ounce of it. It is absolutely brilliant. Welcome Home is, quite simply, you know what? We'll hear it from the website. Welcome Home. Here we go. Critically acclaimed, critically praised and financially successful, Welcome Home dominated its Saturday morning time slot with its colorful cast of puppets, entertaining and addictive stories, and lively sets unlike anything seen before. Surely a spectacle for audiences of all ages. Welcome Home was an American children's television program created and produced by the Playfellow Workshop, which served as the studio's only production. Supposedly, its first episode aired on October 11th, 1969, and was broadcast onto an unknown channel until its last estimated air date sometime in 1974. Welcome Home primarily focused on the neighbors, the show's inhabitants, who were accompanied by a mixture of animated breaks and illustrated storybook segments. The setting itself was a colorful and exaggeratedly designed town named Home, with unique elements like a post office and a bodega, as well as brightly colored creatures that lived within it. Episodes usually began with Wally introducing the focus or theme for the day before coming across other characters who would join him on his escapades until the end of the day, which would signify the end of the show. All of the characters had notable recurring segments that were sprinkled throughout the entirety of the show's run, such as Eddie Deer creating arts and crafts, Sally Starlet performing plays, or Wally Darling painting a picture with the help of other members of the cast. The viewer was often regarded as an additional neighbor, with Wally speaking to them on a regular basis. And the website is filled with content. This is a whole archival website about this show, with all sorts of media created in order to serve the narrative. And it's all fiction. It's all just fiction. And they went so many extra miles to make this work and make it live. There are entire video segments with character voice acting for these characters, and it is delightful. When this update dropped, I had a stream with everybody to go ahead and enjoy this, and it was one of the best things ever. We went for 4 hours exploring the update and all the new content. And this happens a lot, as you can see right now, is the drawing happening live in front of you, which I'll go ahead and give you a glimpse of what this is. Come on, Wally. So, the website's haunted by the core character. Yeah. It's lost media, and it is a paranormal infection to anybody who interacts with the lost media. The website itself now is haunted as a result of that infection, and the core character, Wally Darling, seems to be the heart of it. And he communicates to us through secret web pages and links.
What are you waiting for? To hear me again? Ha ha ha. I think that means you can hear me.
Oh, we sure can, Wally. We sure can. Ha ha ha.
That's what an eye looks like. My eyes are black. What color are yours?
So, deliciously haunted and full of amazing content. For instance, you see this bug here? These bugs were added with the update, and they give you so much new content. Check this out. Wait for it.
Blue don't actually have any blue pigmentation. They have to grow in soil that is basic as well, so the pine straw should be left for the other beds.
You're telling me that these flowers are liars, Frankie?
I'm not telling you that these flowers are liars, Barnaby. I'm talking about how these flowers are specially selected to look this way.
Hey, being blue isn't anything special, pal. Don't you know that blue is all the rage nowadays?
I don't think people are painting themselves blue, frankly. Are you saying your fur color isn't natural?
I beg your pardon? I'm unnatural beauty as far as you know.
I doubt you're any sort of beagle. I've never seen any blue dog before in my life. Now, if you don't mind, we'd like to continue tending to my flowers in peace.
You're gonna have to do more than tend to them if you want them to grow up nice and big. You know what they say, you gotta entertain your plants to make them happy.
That's true, but I'm not going to let your snappy patter poison my petunias. I'd hardly call your material entertaining, much less fertilizer.
Oh, don't you worry, Frank. The last thing I'll do is overwhelm your orchid. Your plants all seem clovered.
Not with these puns again. You're going to make all of my hard work wilt. Your humor's too dry for my impatience.
Hey, not a daisy goes by where you don't get impatient. But hey, I'm just pulling your leg.
Just get out of here! My plants don't need your ridiculous jokes to grow. Go find an audience for your silly gags somewhere else.
All right, I'll grow. But every dogwood has his day. I'll still pop you in from time to time. Even if you're still a little rough around the hedges.
Honestly, with him, I don't know how you can stand to be around him.
So that is one of the updates. That's some of the content that came with the new update. That's a character interaction. And those are the voice actors for the characters. And if you want to see them better, let's check out the neighborhood. And here it is. Welcome Home's neighborhood. This page is entirely interactive. Check this out. Here's Barnaby, one of the characters you just heard, a big blue beagle.
What do you call a beagle with no ears? Nothing! He can't hear you anyway.
And you can check out all the characters here. And there are so many secrets to discover. So many. It's amazing. The creativity here is above. It is, as Wally would say, the most. And there's another bug. It is really breathtaking. This is something special, and I believe it will be special for a long time. The beautiful thing about this field is that it is so open to creativity and new approaches and unique ideas, to originality, that you can get anything. You can get anything at any point and never expect it. And it just breathes brand new life into this whole terrain. It shows you what's possible. It shows you worlds without artistic compromise. The creator's vision brought to life as much as they're able to do it. The interview? No, I'm not playing the interview. Oh, MJ points out there was one ARG that primarily played out via letters mailed through the post. If you don't do video, you don't have to. Yeah. As long as you can find a creative way to tell a story, you are creating unfiction. Unfiction is defying tradition, defying convention, coming up with something new and brilliant, using new media or even old media like that. Like, that's amazing. That's interactive, it's immersive, it's unconventional, you know? This will be special until Amazon buys the rights and makes it a series on Prime. Hey, Welcome Home is such an indie powerhouse that if they wanted to go ahead and power through animation, if they opened up some kind of support network for people to chip in, they'd make their goal overnight, I think. I would be one of the first people there. If they had a fundraiser, I would be there. If they had a Kickstarter, I would be there. If they needed me to do something here live to help propel them, I will be here. Yeah. This is so incredible to me. Oh, and thank you, Lilac. MJ says, if Amazon's going to throw money at Welcome Home, I want the Audible original podcast. Ooh, that could work. Where it's like just the audio of the show? Oh. That would be special, yeah. So yes, Welcome Home. I highly encourage. I could show you so much more, but I greatly, greatly encourage you to visit the site yourself. Just Google Welcome Home, or screw it, I'll toss you in the link. Let me just get back to the home page for Welcome Home. There you go. clownillustration.com/welcome home. Force ebooks. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what? Now that I've helped show you the breadth of what Unfiction can do, and again, this is just scratching the surface. There are still projects from TikTok. There are projects on Instagram. There are projects between websites and Instagram. There are Twitter projects mixed with other things. There's a lot. There's a lot out there. And it's getting better all the time. All the ingenuity, all the creativity. But we are here with a lot of our new friends to the office from yesterday. And a lot of you are old heads in this whole terrain. And I've seen a good amount of names of projects pop up. What would you like to show our new friends? Not the interview. Pizza time pizza? Yeah, let's do it. House of Leaves would be hard to show. But pizza time pizza? Oh, Camdrome. Yeah. I would have to actually show my own video for that. But pizza time... And Dad? Yes. Okay. Pets Cop, another great choice. Gilbert Garfield. Let's do pizza time pizza and Dad first. So I don't forget. Hold on, let me set this up. There are some good gags in this too. So as you've seen hints of, Unfiction is not all dark. It's not all horror. It's not all mystery. It can be funny too. You can have some comforting stuff, some comfortable stuff, some heartwarming stuff. You can have sad. You can have tragic. You can have dramatic and psychological. You can have any flavor you want. And there's quite a few comedic projects. Some dark comedies. Like Pizza Time Pizza.
Here at Pizza Time Pizza, we don't use any preservatives or fake ingredients. We only use fresh, farm-grown, organic ingredients. Hi, I'm a real person, and I eat Pizza Time Pizza every day. Some people ask us, how do we make our Pizza Time Pizza taste so good? We use only real ingredients like cheese, tomatoes, and egg. I'm a real doctor, and Pizza Time Pizza isn't just good for you, it's good for you. Did you know that 100% of people who don't try Pizza Time Pizza die eventually? If you don't eat Pizza Time Pizza, then you will definitely eventually die. Go to pizzatimepizza.wixsite.com/pizzatimepizza and order a fresh, hot and ready cheese pizza with whatever toppings you want. Before eating at Pizza Time Pizza, I was hungry, lonely, and homeless. But now, I'm just lonely and homeless. Here at Pizza Time Pizza, we're a family.
Family. Thank you, Chloe, for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders.
I'm a real pizza, and I'm okay with being eaten. Order a fresh, large pepperoni cheese pizza today, and join the Pizza Time Pizza family today. In a world of uncertainty and danger, there's one thing you can always count on, and that's Pizza Time Pizza. Leave your old family behind and join the Pizza Time Pizza family. I'm a celebrity. After joining the Pizza Time Pizza family, my old friends and family couldn't weigh me down anymore. Because I killed them. And we even have pizza in VR. Our prices are so great, you'll want to cleanse yourself with your past sins. Join the Pizza Time Pizza family. Kill your parents. You are worthless. You are nothing. We will make you strong. Join the Pizza Time Pizza family today. The weak will be sacrificed. Their blood will be the very sauce of the enlightened. We will be rewarded in the Pizza Time Pizza afterlife. Only at pizzatimepizza.wixsite.com/pizzatimepizza. Kill your parents. Kill your parents. Kill your parents. Kill your parents. Kill your parents.
Pizza Time Pizza. .wixsite.com/Pizza Time Pizza.
So you're hungry, right? Hi, I'm a real pizza. Sorry, Kaz. Sorry to ruin your pizza for the week. But you want your parents to live, right? So... Pizza Time Pizza by Alex Bale was such a cool project. It's kind of hard to classify. It's definitely an interactive project, because the Wix site was where you would go to receive emails related to Pizza Time Pizza, which, yeah, is totally legit. Just a pizza company. Absolutely. Alex is wonderful at combining humor with horror. He pulls no punches, but he will also make you laugh. He knows how to keep it where it's like, this is so ridiculous, but also, wow, that's so fucked up. I love it. And I'm a little bit scared of it. And it goes crazy places. Alex also, if you didn't know, is responsible for SpongeBob Conspiracies, which the back half of SpongeBob Conspiracies has been another story by him in the humor horror vein, and a grand finale is coming soon. The whole project is called Don't Feed the Muse, and it's wonderful. So even while he was doing very algorithmic pleasing content through SpongeBob Conspiracies, which is part of the tale, he was able to tell his own amazing original narrative. Hey, Master Axel Fury, thank you for rating with 9 viewers. Yes, this project has been delightful. It has been delicious, even. Alex rocks. Alex is fantastic. Alex Bale Halloween video. Alex also contributed to one of my candy bowls. I'm very happy to say. It was not late night snack. I know he's got it up here. I would love to show it to you. But it's not late night snack. No, it's is it an Alex Bale Halloween video? No. It's not what the heck is going on. Come on. It's here, it's here. It was so recent. There it is. Why do I keep glossing over it? Okay, so Alex made this for my Halloween Candy Bowl community short film festival for Halloween night.
Hello?
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
Hello?
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended... We've been trying to reach you.
Yeah, I know. My car's extended warranty. Hello?
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car.
We're trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty. You should have received something in the mail about your car's extended warranty. Yeah, I know. Please, please stop calling me, okay? I don't care about my car's extended warranty.
Something in the mail about your car's extended warranty.
This is stupid.
Since we've not gotten a response, we're giving you a final courtesy call before we close out your file. Press 2 to be removed and placed on our do not call list. To speak to someone about possibly extending or reinstating your vehicle's warranty, press 1 to speak with a warranty specialist. This is your final notice before your car's extended warranty will expire.
Okay, fuck this.
Sir, are you okay?
What?
You've been in an accident. Does your car have an extended warranty?
What the fuck?
Yeah, so there you go. No matter what he's doing, Alex is so good at combining genuine horror with humor. I was so pleased when he made this. It was such an honor to be able to put this in the candy bowl. Alex rocks. Okay, and now for Dad. It's time for Dad. Hold on a second.
Feels awake and ready for work.
Okay. So, this came out 2019. And I covered it kind of towards the end of Cabin Fever Dreams that year, which on Night Mind, Cabin Fever Dreams is when I cover a lot of the goofier, weirder content. It's the idea of it's March. It's officially spring. It's about to be Easter. You've all got cabin fever. But you also feel like you're having fever dreams. Therefore, cabin fever dreams. You get it? Cool.
Dad feels awake and ready for work. Okay, now let's see. I've got my briefcase, computer, calculator, pen, paper, coffee cup, and eternal dedication to the corporation. Now I just need a kiss on the cheek from my loving wife to send me on my way. Cheryl? Cheryl? Where could she be? Huh. Dad's always the first to leave. How will Dad make it through the day without love from wife? Okay, calm down. Let's think for a second. Dad'll just wait. But Dad can't wait. He'll be late for job. What is going on here? How does Dad know if wife loves him without a kiss?
Poor Dad. So a lot of the early videos for Dad were like that. And bit by bit they told the story of Dad and what was going on with Dad. And the idea behind Dad, very quickly established, was that he had wife and daughter. Yes, literally wife and daughter. Cheryl is the wife. I forget if the daughter ever got a name. But Dad wanted one thing. Well, he wanted a couple of things, actually, according to the story. But the primary thing he wanted publicly was to be the best YouTuber. He wanted to crush PewDiePie. He wanted to be king. He wanted to be the best damn YouTuber to ever hit the site. Millions and millions of subs. And it was very engaging. And to help him further his goals, he became a performing musician. And he's actually so much fun. Are you ready? Oh boy. Chat, those who know, do I do Dad Feels Good or Dad Bod for everybody to see? You know what? Hold on. We haven't had a poll yet. Okay, 1 minute. Go. Because both of them are bangers. And before you worry about playing music from this artist, I know Nathan Barnett, the actor and creator. He would absolutely be cool with this. Nathan's a good soul. He's been a creator for ages. Long before he was Dad, he was doing things on YouTube. He's been doing things forever. Hey, Tim, I see ya. Thank you. Okay, Dad Bod is the clear winner. You will be happy that you selected this.
Dad has bod. Got my khakis now, I'll show you how it's done. Work my hips when I'm raking up the lawn. Drop that beat now, stand back everyone. Shake my dad buns like they're pom-poms. Move my body to the rhythm of the song. I'm the smoothest dad living under sun. Left my planet now looking for some fun. Dad's moves rival Michael Jackson. Shake that dad bod, dad. Shake that dad bod, dad. Moving like a human. Shake that dad bod, yeah. Shake that dad bod, dad. Shake that dad bod, dad. Moving like a human in that dad bod, yeah. Shake that dad bod, shake that dad bod, shake that dad bod. Break it down. Shake that dad bod, shake that dad bod, shake that dad bod. Break it down. Dad desires to build a deck. Human sweat seeping out of his neck. Dad's arms are filled with strength. Neighbor will see how strong he is. Then that night at the barbecue, Dad will party the entire night through. Neighbor will stop and watch in awe. His dad's moves break scientific law. Ha! Shake that dad bod, dad. Shake that dad bod, dad. Moving like a human. Shake that dad bod, yeah. Shake that dad bod, yeah. Shake that dad bod, yeah. Moving like a human. Shake Shake that dad bod, dad. Shake that dad bod, dad. Moving like a human. Shake that dad bod, yeah. Shake that dad bod, dad. Shake that dad bod, dad. Moving like a human. Shake that dad bod, yeah. Shake that dad bod. Shake that dad bod. Shake that dad bod. Break it down. Shake that dad bod. Shake that dad bod. Shake that dad bod. Break it down.
Woo! Do you see why I love this fucking field? Where else can we get this kind of creativity and commitment? Ah, it is a banger. Yeah, Nathan's great. And there's a bunch of songs like this. And the lyrics hint to the story. It hints to the greater mystery of what was even going on here. You know? Because, yeah, moving like a human. That's a kind of a big giveaway, right? Dad is a hell of a story. I covered it up to a point. I never got around to making a proper update on bigger elements, but it dipped its toes into live streams, in character, for story arcs as things were happening, with input from the audience to help further things along. And it became canon. This you can classify, I'd say, as an ARG. I think Nathan always had a set plan, but there were quite a few moments of needing that audience interaction to further things along. I would say, under the ways that I see it as, is it interactive or is it ARG? There were portions that I believe were necessary to play and did help impact the narrative. So, Nathan said it wasn't? He always said it wasn't an ARG? Okay. Definitely had elements of it, but all absolutely certainly interactive. GMI72 says, "Hi Nick, what happened? Why are you hot? What do you mean, what happened? Where have you been?" Oh, Tom. Maybe him saying it wasn't an ARG is the ARG. Well, you know what, Tom? You're right, because we can only trust half of what comes out of Nathan's mouth when he's talking about his own project, swearing up and down, right? But that's a quality that we enjoy. The cat and mouse game, honestly, between me and him and Jamie and him. Yeah, you don't even know what he's talking about most of the time. Hello, Tom. It's wonderful to see you. I know I look a little different. Everybody say hi to Tinfoil Tom TV. You know what? Let me see if I can remember how the hell to do the shout out feature. There it is. There, yeah. Tinfoil Tom helped create a lot that happens in Dad, and played a character called Crothers. Tinfoil Tom is also just a great creator in his own right, has his own channel, has other things going on, has been recently involved in a new project in the field that I haven't touched upon yet. I'm waiting for it to gain a little bit more of its content rollout, but it is very cool. Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead and give some love to Tom. And yeah, Cryptid Motor, I hate when people call shit ARGs when they aren't. Gunslinger Pro? I don't know that. But that's why we like the term Unfiction. Because an ARG is always Unfiction, but not everything that is Unfiction is an ARG. But it helps us have a term to refer to certain things. Okay, so we saw Pizza Time Pizza and we've seen Dad. Anything else? You know what? Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and introduce you to Daisy Brown is a good one. But we'll take a second to introduce you all to that new project, actually. Screw it. Tom, mark the occasion. I am beginning my introduction live to the project. Hold on a second. It begins tonight. 1 second. All right. Yep. You were all here for it. You chose to be here for the Unfiction Primer. For some of you, it's review, but now you get something new. Congratulations. See what your loyalty gets you with me. I always reward you. Okay, Project Earth. Here we go.
For the past couple of years, the word multiverse has been appearing more and more frequently in our media. That is no accident. Here at Terra Nova Industries, we've worked with some of the greatest minds the world has ever seen to uncover something that was once considered impossible. Yes, the multiverse exists. But what is the multiverse, you may ask? Well, imagine a simple straight line that continues moving along. This represents your life. You wake up one morning and decide whether to have waffles or pancakes for breakfast. You eventually go for waffles. By making that decision, our main line continues moving along, but a completely new one can be seen branching off. Because you made that choice on what to eat, you unknowingly created a whole new reality where you decided to have pancakes instead of waffles. This version of you that had the pancakes will go on to make other choices in life. The more choices they make, the more possibilities are created for you in your existence. Join us today as we premiere our brand new show, Project Earth, where we meet Greg Sellers, an ordinary, average, boring man, and explore how different his life could have been had things panned out differently. From directors to aliens to ghosts, it's going to be quite the ride. And cut. Okay. What are you gonna do to him?
Okay. Oh, the audio is desynced? Was it? Okay, so this is under a channel called Barry. Not B-A-R-R-Y, B-E-R-R-Y. Alright? And you know what? I'll go ahead. I will do it. I'll do it right now. Watch me dance, Tom. There's the link. You all want to get involved in a brand new series on the ground floor as it rolls out new updates and explore yourselves? Go ahead and click that link. Go subscribe. Go explore the associated website for Terra Nova Industries. Have yourselves a ball. We will come back to this later. I think actually taking a look at it, that, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 weeks ago was the latest one. You know what? I think it's time. I think it's been long enough now that we can go ahead and give this a visit. We can do it. And you know what? You know what I'll do? I'll go ahead and submit it to the Nightmind Index. I'll submit it to the Nightmind Index because, you know, I made my schedule for the week. I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I made somebody a promise on Saturday. But why not double up, huh? Can you handle a double dose of me later this week? For this? For the good of new storytelling? Good. I had a feeling you'd say yes. So, yeah. I think we will keep our index day to take a look at the Night Mind Index and find something delicious to sit down with, something new and inspiring that has no audience to speak of, or barely an audience, and give them some proper love and exploration. And for this, we will attach it to our open slots. So now you see partial of what Let's See is going to be later in the week. But yes, this is an intriguing project and a fun project. They've done some cool things. Is it in the live tab? Oh. I know. I gotta find that live stream, Tom. I gotta find the live stream, and I gotta play around with the phone more. You all don't know what that means, but yeah. Okay. It's 11. You know what? Who am I to stop before midnight? Let's keep going. You want to keep going? Okay. It's got a new video scheduled for Halloween, too. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Daisy Brown or unedited footage? Unedited footage we might not get away with, but Daisy Brown for sure. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely Daisy Brown. Hold up. Okay. This is going to trip some of you up. But it goes to show, again, the kind of creativity there is in this field from people who just have a camera, internet access, and, as you're going to see, a particular set of skills.
He might.
Here comes Daisy Brown.
Hi guys, it's Daisy Brown. I'm just talking to the camera, and I'm gonna show you guys how I feed Allan. I'm gonna feed him these little
Oh God, sorry.
Sugar. Hi guys, it's Daisy Brown. I'm just talking to the camera, and I'm gonna show you guys how I feed Allan. He's blind. In case you haven't noticed, his eyes are very foggy. He can't see anything. It doesn't hurt him. He doesn't have any sensation there. He was just surprised. So he is blind, and he is a little bandaged up right now. He's having some skin trouble, and as you can see, he's just kind of like nibbling around looking for food. So I'm going to show you. His body is very unique. He can only process sugar, so I'm going to feed him these little sugar tablets. So he is blind. He might be confused. Allan? Here we go. Come on. He's swallowing it. There you go. Oh, now he's better. One more? Oh, there we go. See, and he's not biting me anymore because he knows that he's getting fed. It goes down much easier the second pill. There we go. Good job, Allan.
Oh. Is it that audio bug? Or is it just Allan? Alright, let's see.
Alright. I'm gonna give him just one more. There we go. Come on. Good job. So, yeah, that's how I feed Allan. I'm gonna let him rest now because that can overwhelm him pretty easily. Thank you for watching. Well, I'll hear from you guys again soon.
Okay. And yeah, hello, Fred. Welcome back. Welcome back just in time for Allan. Allan the Monster. So yes, Allan the Monster from Daisy Brown. Yes, hello. This was groundbreaking. I know I've said that a lot tonight, but it really was, because we've never really seen somebody take this kind of approach where it's clearly self-created, but it's self-created in such a fashion that you kind of buy it, right? And it's just so strange and so well treated, and with the whole posing of what you actually do associate with that kind of camera position for feeding a baby or a small animal. And it really blew up. This gathered 3.4 million views. It was really huge. And yeah, there's more. The story unfolds throughout Allan's growth.
Okay.
And boy, does Allan grow.
There we go. Okay. Hi guys,
And that
it's
took a
Daisy
lot
Brown,
of work.
and this is Allan. He is right now drinking a mixture of sugar water. Someone commented on the Feeding Allan video and said that it might be a good idea to mix water with the sugar so he can be a little bit more hydrated. And so I've been doing that lately, and he seems to be really liking it. And I hope it's going to make him even more healthy because, as you guys know, his body can only process water and sugar. It can't really process food that well. That's part of the way that he was created. And so he's just going to be sipping on that during this video because I know that you guys are really interested in him. It did not occur to me that monsters were not a commonplace thing. Oh, careful.
Yeah, so that hints at a lot of the story that is going on here. And yes, created. That too is part of the story. Fred, if you're exhausted, please go sleep. Come on. Many times I gotta tell you to rest. How many times we all gotta tell you to rest? Go take care of yourself, please. Or put me on and fall asleep to me. That's okay too. You wouldn't be the first. You very well might. Hey, go for it. You might be able to give me perspective on what everybody else tells me about how I lull them to sleep with my content. Probably as many times as you tell me to rest. You know, actually, you'd all be proud of me. I've gotten a lot better at just getting sleep this year and allowing myself to just get the full thing, even if it took me a while to get there. Yeah. You used my content to sleep back in the days? Not a problem. For all the people who have told me that, it's never been an insult. Never. The fact that I am one of the last things that you hear, and that I assist you in getting to that place where you can sleep, well, it's delightful to me. Tell you the truth, when I said sleep tight in my early videos, and always in my videos, it is because you have spent the night. And now you have to try sleeping and not having nightmares, right? I didn't realize I was legitimately telling somebody who was going to sleep to sleep tight. But it turned out that way. So no future video with an air horn halfway through it. Check. Yes, I will not do that to people. Nope. I am not going to be at fault for any videos that contain, you know, the usual screaming, shrieking, monster noises, glitch effects, gallery of glitch effects, and static that hits sometimes in our line of work, Michael. But, you know, I'm not going to do that to people on purpose. When I read Grimm Brothers, it helps with your insomnia night terrors. I am so glad to hear that. Thank you, Midnight Angel.
don't want to be dripping. Okay, don't bite me. Okay. So anyway, I just thought I'd answer some questions because, well, not some questions, but more one question in particular. A lot of people have been really curious about my dad, and so I thought, like, okay, I'll talk about my dad a little bit because my dad's great. He's a scientist. He's really smart. Like I said, he invented Allan. He works with genetics and DNA. I've never.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. 3733 Wolf. Yes, you're right. Let's hit that next. Oh, Nemesis Warlock saying, Nick, I love you and your voice, and I would love to let you lull me to sleep, but your content would give me horrifying nightmares. When you're doing the cuddly, wholesome goodnight stream where you talk about wonderful, nice, and wholesome things. The fuck do you take me for? Yes, but you're right, Wolf. We need to visit Mary. That's not Mary, Mary. A. 1 R. Let me pull this up. Hey, Hina, what's good? Thanks for stopping by. Hello. Alright, 1 second. The him that doesn't run a rock band. Yeah. This is another series I hold in incredibly high regard. Kay is one of the heroes of the field to me. Okay, so everything that you need to know about this setup and this story, basically gets established right here. Oh my god. Travadas. Hello, babies. Welcome to Mary's office. He doesn't know we're in here yet, so be very quiet. Oh, the awful things that I would do in Mary's office to leave as surprises for him. What would I do? Kaz, comic idea. We'll discuss details later. Thank you, Trev. Leave him the unopened... Aw, I'm not gonna say that on stream, Hina. Yeah, Kaz. Comic idea. We sneak into Mary's office. Basically, I'm filming myself sneaking into Mary's office, welcoming people into Mary's office, saying he doesn't know I'm in here, and then we leave him a whole bunch of fucked up surprises in my brand. Yes, thank you, Trev. Okay, Beelzebub the Bubkiss, thank you so much for coming by. Good night and sleep tight and have a wonderful day tomorrow. Just sent him cool memorabilia as a friend. Mary says, oh, cool, free package. Not knowing who Ted is. Oh, jeez. Good night, Heather Ape. Hello, Pat's the reviewer. Or just leave him a candy bowl? Oh, what would I leave in it? Okay, let's watch Hi, I'm Mary Mary. The hello video, establishing the story. Again, an amazing example of what you can do if you just have a camera and a little bit of digital skill, and even just one location. The audio is not broken, by the way. Ah, always good. So yeah. Hi, I'm Mary Mary. There are more monsters than that, by the way. If you watch the series, you can meet all the monsters haunting Mary's new house. And I forgot about one thing in particular with this. I forgot about the Twitter thing, because the Twitter thing was a very cool component and did play into the overall endpoint of the story. Actually being in this perspective of seeing Mary, but she cannot see you, played a big role, and it was really cool for interactivity. Link, please. You got it. You got it. Hello, Veronica. Hello. Oh, Hina, you love it? You've seen it. Cool. Yeah, K rocks. K rocks so fucking hard, the creator of this series. 3 years ago? 7 years ago. So again, it was a series that took a few years to complete. But an amazing, amazing job. Look at that ending. 390,000 views. Even just... Let's go by popularity for a second. Let me show you something about this series and the impact that you can have as a complete indie doing amazing work with nothing to work with except your camera, your video editing software, your own family house, and 1 or 2 friends. 119,000. $119,000 is the lowest view count for all of the videos, which means if you take even, say, 19,000 people off the top as those who just did not watch all the way through, that's still about 100,000 people who watched this all the way through. Pretty damn likely. Even if you slice that in half, that's 50 grand. 50,000 people who watched this tale. A no budget, no studio, no paid promotion indie project with extremely limited resources and 1 real location. Iron Fox is saying something that may be interesting to point out about a lot of the old ARG Unfiction stuff like Marble Hornets was how modern YouTube broke how they dub tone because they relied on the YouTube reply to video with a video feature. Yeah, for those of you who do not know, back in the day, YouTube used to have direct reply features, and you could see the direct replies on videos. And that was a tool for creators to use. Marble Hornets used it, Everyman Hybrid used it, a few others used it. And it was great because sometimes the antagonists of certain series had their own channels to work with. So you could see a villain replying to regular video content. Aren't video replies coming back, apparently? I would not be surprised if they do. Because YouTube is really looking at a lot of what TikTok is doing and saying, let's do that. They're smarter than we are. They're making more money than we are. So let's do that. Which is always YouTube's way. They don't innovate anything themselves. They never have. You have to pry the teeth from their jaws to get anything you want out of YouTube. They're not innovators. They're really not. We are the innovators who keep their site alive. And yeah, Everyman Hybrid used damn near the entire internet. It used, wasn't it a Minecraft file? It was, wasn't it? Habit used Minecraft at some point to deliver a message. Back in the day, when Minecraft was first popping off. It's pretty nuts. The Minecraft map. Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, a Minecraft map. Which is just like, what? Oh, that reminds me of Found on the Tape that used the Gmod maps for its tale. That's a hard one to show you. You know what? Let's do what somebody brought up earlier. I think in the wake of the Be Right Back screen, let's do a quick glance at the Wyoming incident, and I'll explain what that was about quick. By the way, all of you who are still hanging out here, you're real ones. Thank you. I understand anybody who has to sleep because they're dead tired or go to work tomorrow. Oh, well, tomorrow's Labor Day. Oh, in the United States, though. Not everywhere. But I understand anybody who had to leave. But all of you who are still here, thank you. You rock. Okay, 1 second while I dig this up. Aren't all of you who came in yesterday with debut from the train so happy that you decided to take a chance on a little old spicy demon? Okay. The Wyoming Incident. There's a video popping up under my second video in the first results. Cyber safety expert discusses Wyoming incident from Wood TV 8. This can't be real. 3 years ago. Hold on. Well, I'm gonna put that in another tab. You know what? Let me search for original video with this. Oh, I have a VOD channel. Don't worry. I just need to upload the debut. And then everything else will be uploaded. That's not it. Well, I mean it is, but the one that everybody really loved. Come on. Yeah, you know what? I'll take it.
Wyoming today, making him the first to visit in preparation.
Yeah. This is the one that everybody knows, I think.
Wyoming today, making him the first to visit in preparation for the 2008 general election. Republican President Jackson.
The Wyoming Incident, or the Wyoming...
Oh. Why can't I just find the original thing? No, I don't care about the creepypasta. Show me the legit video. Oh, look. Evidence of Bigfoot uncovered. Whoever drew that, it is a monster fucker for sure. Okay. Hold up. Wow, guys, who's that? Oh, wow. Oh. Huh. I wonder. Huh. Okay. Here's a collection of the videos. Good night, Rascal. Thank you. Good night and sleep tight. Okay. And they all go on like that. So the thing about the Wyoming incident is that it started with this video, and I explained the history of it in my original video about the Wyoming incident. It had fascinating history. And again, this is why the term Unfiction means something to me, because if it were not for the Unfiction forums, oh boy, I would never have been able to do the coverage. The history and explanation of what happened, where it happened, how it happened, would have been lost. The Wyoming incident dates back to when Google Video was a thing. And then Google bought YouTube. It's originally like a Google Video type of thing. It's very old. And the idea behind it is that one day in Wyoming, there was a local network kind of hack or pirate broadcast during news of that video that you just watched. And it led to this whole big ARG experience. And one of the first things that it featured was a forum called the Happy Cube, where everything was in code, and cubers loved to perform cubing and taught each other ways to cube. And cubing was code word for serial killing. Yeah. It was a secret serial killers forum to exchange tips, tricks, and enjoyment of their craft. Yeah. And from there, it just, God, there's a whole branching path. If you watch my video on it now, you will get the full rundown. My voice in it is terrible. I had a learning curve as a younger horror host in my kitten days, but people still swear that the older content still does it for them. So if you can manage to enjoy it, then hey, you can enjoy it, and you'll catch up on everything to do with the Wyoming incident. But the Wyoming incident was a big deal in creepypasta. These videos scared the shit out of people, especially out of context. And now I'm so curious to know.
We're getting advice from a cyber safety expert now after a scary
what the hell this
incident
is
for
about.
students in Wyoming yesterday. A masked person who held up a handgun.
Okay, that's not this. Just related by the keyword of Wyoming. Shake that dead ball, shake that dead ball, shake that dead ball, break it down. Okay, what else do we got? Well, it's 3:41. I think we've got time for just maybe 1 or 2 looks, and then we do the Grim Tales and wrap it up. How about that, huh? A good 4 hours for our debut 2.0. Pro 64! Hey, there's a good one. Yeah. How about that? Crow 64. Another I found a game thing, but presented with a different fashion. A very cool different fashion. Hold up.
So this package.
Yeah, and for full credit, this is created by Adam Butcher, who actually has a long history of creating really cool things that get under people's skin in a wonderfully haunting fashion. Adam Butcher there on YouTube. It's literally just Adam Butcher. Type it in, you'll find him. I do encourage subscribing, because you never know what he's going to cook next.
So this package arrived today, and it contains a game, one that I think basically no one has ever played. But before we try it out, I need to tell you the weird tale that's behind it.
But just how easy is it to play Nintendo 64? The controller looks like it could be used on some kind of military jet.
Just a few years ago, this was state-of-the-art, flat and two-dimensional.
Now Mario lives in a 3D world, and you can make him go wherever you want.
The N64 era. An innocent time. The 3D platformer was king, and out of the dozens of so-called Mario clones, my 3 favorites still hold up. But what if I told you there was one more forgotten game on that list? A game that never had a chance to enter our childhoods. A game that fell into more than just development hell. And a game that cost its troubled creator everything. The game I'm talking about is Catastrophe Crow. Nope, I hadn't heard of it either. That is, until I was flipping through some of my old N64 magazines. Catastrophe Crow was the highly anticipated project from Manfred Lorenz, a veteran German game designer, avid sailor, notorious perfectionist, and founder of Opus Interactive. Announcing the game at Space World 97, the team promised fearless exploration of unfamiliar worlds and something groundbreaking called an eternal revival system. Probably just a bad translation. With the eponymous Crow based on his daughter's own design, Lorenz was considered eccentric for taking his kid-friendly games so seriously. In one of his few interviews, he claimed that Catastrophe Crow was beyond a game and that it would push the boundaries of player experience. Of course, this may just be hype, a more European version of John Romero's about to make you his... But I do think Lorenz was onto something. As the game's Christmas '99 release drew near, journalists got their hands on a playable version. One reviewer said it was bigger than Banjo. Another said, move over Mario 64.
I mean, even from a jaded gamer point of view, somebody who's seen thousands of games, they've done things that I've sat up and said, wow, this is pretty neat stuff.
But then something went wrong. The release date got pushed back a few months, then a few months again, until it started getting worryingly vague. Rumours began to circulate that something had happened.
Oh, you know what? That's a damn good way of letting me know the popping issue is back, actually. Let's use that as code from now on. Yeah, you did it. You made a code. I know, I like that emote too. But you know what? If we're in the middle of watching something like this, and there's no other context to use it for, that's great. That's a great way to let me know.
To their lead designer, Manfred Lorenz was seemingly taking more and more control, with programmers left in the dark and artists making hundreds of strange assets without knowing what they were for. Soon, a series of forum posts appear from disgruntled anonymous staff. One suggested that Lorenz's home life had completely broken down, saying that he hadn't seen his family in months, while a tester claimed that he had found something in the game, something that Manfred had unintentionally created. In a post from February 2001, over a year beyond their original release date, one staff member said he approached Manfred directly, pleading with him to think of the player and let them release the game, to which Manfred replied, "The player is gone." By now, Opus Interactive had spent nearly $10 million on the project and could no longer pay their staff. Lorenz had everyone dismissed and barred himself inside the offices. There he stayed, we imagine, still working on the game. Then, at the end of 2001, the N64 era finished, and the debt collectors came calling. But when they arrived at Opus, Manfred, for probably the first time in years, was not there. All the development hardware and backups had disappeared. Manfred wasn't at home either, and they learned that his wife had left the country over 6 months ago. The only clue left was that his car and the sailing boat normally hitched to it were gone. 2 days later, and Manfred's boat was found floating a few miles off the coast of Cuxhaven. There was no sign of him or the stolen equipment, only a neat pile of clothes and a note. Addressed to his wife, the note makes no mention of the game or his debts, only that he had finally gone home. Catastrophe Crow disappeared with him. No one would ever play it. After 5 years of development, what the game really was and what had obsessed its creator so relentlessly would remain a mystery lost to the depths. Or so I'd thought. Because since I first began this video, I've been checking eBay every day for any sign of the game. And 2 weeks ago, I found this. What appears to be a genuine development card from Opus Interactive. The seller said he'd found it in his attic, but didn't seem to really know what he had. So I bought it.
And now it's here. What might be the only surviving copy of Catastrophe Crow. And we're gonna play it. I believe it should work fine on my PAL N64, and if it doesn't, we'll try something else, but for now I just thought we'd do a playthrough. Okay.
Mild audio desync. Okay, let's give it a shot to catch.
Let's see.
Oh, I'm getting
Seems to be
flashbacks
working.
from when I cover this now.
I can jump. Yeah, it's got the cool triple jump that was in the demo. All right, let's see what's in here, I guess. Guess I'm gonna go this way.
Kicking off a hype train. Thank you.
It's kind of Mario style camera controls. Sorry, I'm not very good at talking while playing, so no, I'll put a VO in afterwards.
Thank you, everybody. Oh, Nemesis, I know. I know. I explored it. That was a hell of a journey, and I was very glad I knew Unity by then. Oh, I forgot how haunting this was. Oh, wow, really? Twitch is just so against us tonight. I mean, now it is. I guess the later on you go, the more it decides to, put some popcorn in the microwave. I'm a little stiff and not in the fun way. Desynced and popping. Oh boy. Kaz, send me somebody pretty to massage my neck, please.
Let's see if stars up. Okay.
Thank you, Crystal.
Try the other way.
Mizuki, Cerulean, thank you all. Moonlight, I see y'all. Oh, you know what? Everybody chalk that up as another project actually in the field where the phone is evil. Let's hear it for evil phones! Thank you, Vedriv. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Glassbirds. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I forgot how dark this was. It's okay that it's popping because that's how it ends. Yeah, really. And as mentioned earlier, there was, in the affiliated video for this video, the entire Unity project dump of everything involved in the project. I got to explore that. You can put together what happened with Crow 64 in a large enough fashion, but there is a greater mystery at play once you get deeper in. The affiliated media has a story. And recently somebody told me about a potential breakthrough. Maybe not a huge one. I don't know about the status currently, about if the Crow 64 extended story has been solved to endpoint. But I should probably check in. This was still an incredible project. Oh, it's tipping near 1 million views. Good. Good. It should get there. It should have them.